Dr. Robert Lockhart, coming to you from Cairns, Australia. Today I want to talk a little bit about body temperature and its role in the healing process. Now, as you know, disease is a remedial process. That means disease is an attempt by the body to cope with abnormal conditions, you might say, that have been imposed on it by our lifestyle. If our lifestyle is such that we introduce into the body foreign objects in the way of cooked food, in the way of abnormal sweeteners, artificially flavored drinks, if we introduce into the body toxins that are contained in the air, in the water, if we think thoughts that are adding acidity and stress to our bodies, then we'll be producing a certain amount of waste products. These waste products have to be either got rid of or neutralized as best as possible. Now, the way the body does this, if it has the vitality, it will throw those toxins off. And it can do that by raising the temperature above the normal 37 degrees Celsius. If your temperature is chronically below 37 degrees Celsius, it indicates you haven't got the nerve energy, you haven't got the vitality in order to throw off toxins. Therefore, they gradually, insidiously build up in your tissues and in your joint spaces and in your bloodstream, and especially deposited in fat deposits. Fat contains the most amount of toxins that are present in the body. So the overweight people, if they suddenly lose quite a lot of weight, they're going to have to get rid of those toxins that can place a lot of strain on their kidneys and their lungs and their skin. So therefore, what you have to do is work gradually and try and work in accordance with the way nature tells you to work. It doesn't want you to lose weight really rapidly. It doesn't want you to exercise in a manner that's going to cause you to sweat a huge amount, where you'll be running for many, many hours, sweating very heavily, placing a lot of strain on your body. So, quickly again, temperature 37 degrees is normal. Above 37 degrees indicates that the body is throwing off toxins, and a little child will often get a fever above 37 degrees if it's not being breastfed, if it's being fed artificial formula, etc. So therefore, the body will try and cope as best it can under the circumstances. And it does this by, as I say, increasing the metabolism, raising the body temperature, throwing off the toxins through the medium of the lungs, the skin, the urine, the bowels. And the best thing to do at a time like that is to fast. And you can often feel a fever coming on, so start a fast straight away. If you're still eating cooked food, you have to fast on water. If you're not eating cooked food and on raw food, you should be able to do a dry fast, which is 3 times more effective than a wet fast or a water fast. So therefore, what I suggest is you get a temperature thermometer, and you check your thermometer, check your temperature under your tongue, 3 minutes, and check it if you feel as though you're getting a fever. You'll notice your temperature is slightly elevated towards the end of the day, It's slightly below normal early in the morning, but the average will be 37 degrees if you're a healthy person and you average that out during the day. Now, if your temperature is below 37 every day chronically, that means you have to try and raise your temperature to the normal level. And you can do this by utilizing certain practices. Number one, switch to raw foods, a raw plant-based diet. Number two, intermittent fasting, 24 hours once a week. On water, if you've been on cooked food for many, many years. A dry fast if you've been on raw food for a year at least. Number two, deep breathing. Number three, exercise moderately, walking up hills, doing some climbing and some short sprints just for 30 seconds. A sprint for 30 seconds will be sufficient if you do 4 of those sprints in order to raise your vitality. So if you can do those things, increase your breathing, switch your diet to a raw diet, increase your amount of exercise, you'll get your vitality up to where it comes to the normal 37 degrees. That's pretty well all I have to say today. Thank you very much for listening.